Hello everyone and all the Red Devils fans out there. Welcome back to our weekly podcast series. This is Manchesteros Podcast, our weekly podcast series by Manchesteros.com, and today you are listening podcast episode number 14. In this week's podcast episode, we're going to discuss about our previous game, which was the Liverpool game where we have drawn 1-1, and then we're going to discuss about some club updates, some transfer news, and our next schedules, of course. So let's get right to the Liverpool game. So last week we have had a fixture with Liverpool and it was a game which ended 1-1 between them. There were a lot of things happened in that game, from Mourinho fighting to Klopp to Zlatan scoring the late equalizer. In my opinion, it was a beautiful game and we are the better side in that game, as our manager said. So Manchester United admirably came from a goal down to draw 1-1 against historic rival Liverpool in Sunday match-high Premier League match at Old Trafford. The visitors took the lead midway through the first half via James Milner's penalty, where Paul Pogba suffered a handball inside the penalty box area. It was looked like Pogba having a dab in that game, but he was really boring in that game. Despite pressure from the Reds, Jurgen Klopp's men went into the break in front and United were the better side after the break, but the Reds were made to wait until 6 minutes from the draw level when Zlatan Ibrahimovic headed Antonio Valencia's cross past Simon Milner. And the final minutes of the match were played in a fierce pace, with chances for both sides to take all the 3 points, but when the full-time whistle blew, both teams had to be content with just one. From my point of view, we are bad in that game and we are not taking our chances. But I must say our defender played very good in that game, and I personally expected more from our midfielders and strikers, which they cannot deliver, and I can understand that because this is the time of the season where many players got injured because of their continuous playing time. But here our manager Jose Mourinho and his fitness team has done a good job to keep our players fit. The boring thing was both the Liverpool and United fixture was a draw this season, and the last time this happened was many years ago, like 20 or 25 years ago. Personally, I must say that I am not happy because we haven't beat Jurgen Klopp this season, and I want to beat them. I want to beat them in our turf and in their turf, so let's hope we can beat them in our next season. If he stays Liverpool manager, obviously. So moving ahead from the Liverpool game, we now have some club updates and some transfer updates for you guys. Manchester United have confirmed a clause has been triggered to extend Antonio Valencia's contract by 1 year, keeping him at Old Trafford until June 2018. The Ecuadorian has made 271 appearances in which he scored 21 goals and won 6 trophies since joining from Wigan Athletic in 2009. And he also claimed a hat-trick of individual awards in 2011 and 12 season, when he voted as the Fans Player of the Year while also winning the club's Goal of the Season prize. I think the 31-year-old has become a vital member under Jose Mourinho and starting 23 matches in all competitions this campaign, enhancing his reputation as one of the finest right-backs around. In recognition of his top form, he was even voted as the player of the month of November by the fans. And he was such a versatile player, and he is currently in his 8th season as a Red Devil, and this 1-year extension will take him to the end of 2017 and 18 campaign. Using his official Twitter account, Antonio posted that another year to give everything for the greatest club in the world, Man United, and happy to announce that I have renewed my contract till 2018. So congrats to Antonio and good luck to the future. Now there are some departure news as well. Memphis Depay, the Netherlands winger, is set to sign for a League One club in the next few days and has landed in France to agree the terms of his move. The transfer of Memphis Depay from Manchester United to Lyon is nearing completion after the 22-year-old arrived in the French city to begin his negotiation. Lyon confirmed this news via their official Twitter account, and I think the League One side are expected to pay an initial 15 million for the winger, but the fee could rise to reach up to 21.7 million due to bonuses and add-ons. So after falling down the pecking order under Jose Mourinho at Old Trafford, Memphis was linked with a move to Everton, but United were unwilling to let them have a loan. The 22-year-old arrived at Manchester United in the summer of 2015 but played just only 33 Premier League games despite a solid start under the manager Louis van Gaal. But since Van Gaal has gone, he was falling down to the pecking order. So personally here I am gonna say that I am a big fan of him, but it is very sad to see him depart like this way. So this is the important transfer news from last week. Now let's check out some club updates. Here I like to give you some updates about Eric Bailly's involvement in the African Cup of Nations. Bailly is Man United's sole representative at the African Cup of Nations, where he is in the Ivory Coast squad bidding to retain the trophy after their triumph 2 years ago. So the Elephants began their campaign in Gabon on Monday with Bailly keeping a clean sheet, a 0-0 draw with Togo. He was in the starting lineup along with Wilfried Zaha, a former Red Devil, and if you do not know, let me say you that Wilfried Zaha have changed his nationality from England to Ivory Coast to get more international football under his belt, while the opposition included ex-Arsenal man Emmanuel Adebayor. And speaking after the settlement, Bailly told the reporters that he has fully recovered from the knee injury that he had suffered when playing against Wilfried Zaha with United at Selhurst Park on 14th December, and he said that I am fine, the injuries happened but I have fully recovered and physically it feels good. So the thing is, Bailly also confirmed that he watched United 1-1 draw against Liverpool. He also said that it was a good game and a very important point for us, equalizing at the end of the match, and it was all over a good performance by the team. So over the years, in recent past, we have seen that Ivory Coast has produced a lot of legendary players in the Premier League like Drogba and Yaya Toure and many others. So hopefully Eric Bailly will be at that list in the future. Now on the other side, there are some news regarding Louis van Gaal, where he revealed that FA Cup win with Man United in his greatest achievement during his career due to the inhuman pressure he was put under the section of by the British media. The former Red Devil boss has slammed the English press but pointed out that lifting silverware under those conditions was laudable, and the Dutchman left the Red Devils despite the Wembley triumph just to be replaced by Jose Mourinho. Louis van Gaal, following a brilliant career in which he won La Liga with Barcelona, the Eredivisie, and a domestic double with Bayern Munich, and 3 league titles and the Champions League with Ajax. However, he ranks his solitary trophy at United as his best due to the testing relationship he endured with the media in England. Now there are some good news where Manchester United have been named the world's highest grossing club in the 2015 and 16 edition of Deloitte's Football Money League. They placed the Red Devils in a pole position ahead of Barcelona and Real Madrid, and Madrid slipped to the third, having topped the standing when the previous edition were published 12 months ago. So cheers guys, because we are the richest club in the world, and the awesome part is now that we are the richest, we can attract big players and pay them big wages, so it will be a huge advantage for our club. Now as for our next week game, last weekend's draw against Liverpool ended a 9-game winning run. But I have to mention that United are still unbeaten in 16 matches across all competition, and the team's form on the road is a sign of encouragement too, because Jose Mourinho's side have won the last 4 away games, with 3 of those coming in the Premier League. About the team news, all I can say that Mourinho has virtually a full squad to choose from, though Eric Bailly won't feature because of his involvement in the African Cup of Nations. Now we are in a good form, however Stoke City cannot be taken lightly. Their manager Mark Hughes has threatened to end our unbeaten run. It might be a hard away game at Stoke, but we expect nothing but a win against them. They are currently sitting 9th on the table, and their star player Bojan Kirkic will be also available for this game. Earlier we used to play against them in the Britannia Stadium, and this time we will be playing at Bet365 Stadium. By the way, the stadium has not changed. Only the name was changed this year. So guys, that's all from me this week. Hopefully come back to you with more news and updates. Till then, if you are a true Red Devil fan, engage with us, like, comment and share at your own wish. Let's all hope to give Stoke a good bashing and get back to our winning ways, extending our unbeaten run too. One more winning run and we are almost there. Bye bye, see you in next week. Till then, enjoy. And guys, don't forget how English media said things about Zlatan. He is currently answering his critics wrong. At the age of 35, He is the top scorer in the EPL, jointly with Alexis and Costa. All hail the king, and long may the goal flow.